leave here from Mystic Rainbow Tarot. Thank you for tuning in today. This is going to be a reading on Justin Bieber and his wife Hailey. So I hope you are all well at the moment, and I'm rooting for you all, and I appreciate you all very much. And I'd just like to say thank you to all our subscribers, and please share, like and subscribe and comment if you wish. So firstly, I have a question to ask, and I'm going to answer that. Someone wanted to know, why did Justin and Hailey marry so quickly? So I'm just going to get the cards and find out. So Justin Bieber and his wife Hailey, why the rush wedding? Please tell us, Spirit, why Justin and Hailey felt the need to marry within a couple of months so quickly. Why did they marry so quickly instead of waiting? Let's see. Justin and Hailey. Justin and Hailey, why did they marry so quickly? Justin and Hailey. So let's see. Let's straighten those up. So this first one is the wedding card. So I feel this literally, yeah, this is about their wedding, or weddings, shall I say, because they've actually had 2 ceremonies. So yeah, so they're doubly married, if that's even a thing. So to answer the question, so I feel the reason they got married so quickly is due to Hailey's parents' influence over the situation, especially her father's, because of the family's religious faith. Yeah, and see the next card that we have, that is actually religious factors. So it's come out quite clearly here. Their wedding, and that even looks like Hailey. So and the religious factors. So yeah, so, and it's especially her father, I'm getting, yeah, so they wanted to live together, but it's not a done thing with the church. You know, as I mean, in the Bible, it's living in sin. So what happened here was, it was because of the family's religious faith. Hailey felt they wouldn't approve of it. It wouldn't be Christian. It wouldn't be the Christian way to do this living together. So they didn't want the disapproval from the church as well. They felt certain members in the church wouldn't approve of that. So they did this quickie wedding first. You know, and then they had the other big wedding, which I think was about a year afterwards. So yeah, so they had plenty of time to plan that big occasion. Also, I'm getting that Justin, he wanted some stability that he didn't have when he was a child. So, you know, having this married life situation was ideal for him. And so that they did this quickie wedding anyway, to and they spent those months after they had that quickie wedding getting to know each other better, and looking at how they wanted their future together, and just adjusting to married life and getting used to being a couple, and how they felt about each other. Plus, both having been single, independent, career-minded people, and they're so young too, there was quite an adjustment to make here. But because Justin and Hailey are regular churchgoers, their faith does help them. have this great inner strength at times, and helps them with confidence in knowing they are following the right spiritual path for them. I do feel they turn to the church for advice at times. They have almost a family connection with some members of the church. So that's what I'm getting on that. So let's see what else we have in this reading. We have the healing family issues. So this relates to Justin, I feel, and he seems to be holding on to toxic energy, and that's within his mind and body, and he needs to release this through counselling or something. And he can easily do this by forgiving his mum and dad in his mind, because he's still upset that they split up when he was tiny. And he feels he missed out on having a dad around for a lot of years, and this needs to be released, and then he will find a lot more inner peace. So even if he just decides not to focus on the past as much, that would help him a lot. As hard as it is, you can't let your childhood affect you forever, or it will always haunt you. And that can have a bad effect on your relationships. So let's see what else we have. So this is the getting to know each other card. So Justin and Hailey need to reveal their true feelings and wishes and desires to each other. They need to reveal how they feel about their relationship to each other. So by doing that, they would be able to sort things out and heal through honest conversations with each other. Because there's been some feelings pushed down inside instead of discussing them together. I do feel they would be better off sitting down together with a counsellor, because this card is about having honest conversations that will help their marriage. Because I am getting that Hailey would like romance. She would like things to be more romantic and fun. Like the times when they were first dating, and she misses that. She would like Justin to pay her more attention, in fact. Because Hailey feels she gives Justin a lot of time and attention, and she feels she wants more attention than she's getting. So she feels like she's being taken for granted a bit, and her cup, so to speak, is only half full instead of completely full in this marriage. So the reason she's not bringing this up is because she thinks Justin has enough on his mind because of his severe anxiety and, of course, his Lyme disease. But Hailey feels more like Justin's carer at the moment than his wife, and she feels unfulfilled. And it's a lot for her at her age. I mean, I think she must be only about 22 or something like that. That's an awful lot of responsibility. Hailey is still young and she wants to live a bit now, but Justin feels it's his chance to have that stable home life now that that he didn't have before when he was growing up. So they want different things, but they could easily have a compromise here and do some of both. They always say everything in moderation is the best thing. Right, so I think I'm just going to get my other cards and see what other messages we can find out about these two. So, messages about Justin Bieber and his wife Hailey Baldwin Bieber. Justin and Hailey. Messages we're allowed to know about Justin and Hailey. Justin and Hailey. Tell us about Justin and Hailey. What's going on in their life at the moment? Justin and Hailey. What's going on? Justin and Hailey. So I'm just going to go and put some cards down and we'll see. I'll put these cards to one side. Let's see, straighten them up a little bit. Right, so the first card here is the Queen of Fire. If you can see that. And I feel this represents Hailey in the reading. It even looks like Hailey, look, with the blonde hair. And yeah, it even looks like her face as well. So that's quite funny, a coincidence. Yeah, so I feel this represents Hailey in the reading. And yeah, I feel like Hailey likes to be a little bit tomboyish in her style, and I think she is really friendly and easygoing and tries to be optimistic a lot of the time. Also, she has a lot of determination, Hailey does, with projects and her career and relationships. But she does like her fair share of independence, because I feel she has a lot of girlfriends she likes to spend time with. Anyway, with Justin and Hailey, they have this deep friendship as well as deep romance. And Hailey always wants to be the best she can in their marriage. But if she feels like she cannot be her best self in this relationship and still have all the fun times she wants, and have time to do her own thing, if she can't do that, that's when problems could emerge. Because before she got together with Justin, she did have a lot of fun with her friends. So the next card is, it's the Six of Fire, but it is reversed, so I'm going to turn it around just so you can see it. So because we have this card here that represents Hailey, this Queen of Fire as well, and this one here, which came out reversed, this relates to Hailey and Justin both feel that Hailey has received a lot of negative feedback since they got together. And Hailey felt it was unfair because fans didn't even know her. So when they got together, she felt she was being judged very unfairly, just because of the position she's in, being Justin's wife. So this is one reason why Hailey is featured a lot in this video series they did about Justin's life, I'm getting. Because one of the reasons is so that fans could get to know her and like Hailey more. I feel sure it must have helped this. I'm sure people are liking Hailey more now they know her better. But because Justin, he does want people to like Hailey. He feels if his fans love him, they should love who he's with as well. They should love Hailey, his wife, too. And I understand that because, you know, I'll put that the way round it was, upside down. Yeah. Yeah, he wants everyone to be happy and liked. Of course he does. So, the next card is the Page of Water reversed. So we've got another reverse card here. So I'll just turn it the right way round so you can actually see it. So this is actually about how the public used to see Justin, I feel. When he was only a young teenager who hit fame big time, and he did, I think he was probably the most famous artist in the world at the time. But he just wasn't emotionally mature enough to handle that responsibility. So in those days, he would escape through alcohol, and he has admitted to doing drugs back then. I feel he was just running away from reality and living in his own world, you know. but that was when he was a teenager, and he went off the rails. He couldn't handle the pressure, and he was emotionally insecure because of issues in his past, and he was unable to conduct healthy relationships at the time, and that's why it all went wrong with Selena and Justin, and they kept breaking up, because he used to expect too much and give too little. Because he was just a kid at the end of the day and couldn't handle all the money and people worshiping him. I mean, he hadn't even figured out his own life yet. He hadn't even figured out who he was yet, and he would so easily get depressed because of all this back in the day, back in his bad boy days, that was. And I just feel all of this caught up with him. And so he turned to God, you know, his faith, and some people that he trusts in the church to find his strength. And that was all, you know, and he uses that as a way to keep grounded. And you need to do that when you're really famous, whether you're a singer, actor or whatever. They live a completely different life to us. So the next card is the Fool. Well, let's put that was reversed, so I'll put that reversed the way it was. So the next card is the Fool. So I feel this relates to Justin's video series. I think it's called Seasons. I feel this is also to show his fans that he's started a new life with Hailey, and he's also a different person now. He's grown and matured more, and he's on a new journey with himself. He's been making a comeback with his songs and new album, and he's been working hard and being very creative. And Justin has organised this tour of his, and this is all about his personal growth and development. And he feels like this is going to be a new adventure, and he won't feel lonely away from home this time because he will have Hailey at his side. Because I feel that last time he toured, he was suffering from worry and anxiety and exhaustion, and he kind of burnt himself out. And this is why he needed a break away for a couple of years, just to build himself up. So anyway, now Justin is carving out a better image for himself, and Hailey is helping him with this because she is his support. She backs him up with everything. Hailey is quite strong and wants people to see a better side of Justin and how he is now, rather than the way he used to be, because he did get a lot of bad press back in his bad boy days. So some of this new video is to show everybody how he has changed, to show the better Justin. So I also think Justin is very emotional and likes to express his feelings in his songs about the women in his life. I mean, he wrote a whole album about Selena when they were together, and his new album is about Hailey. Justin does seem to have looked to the women in his life for help and support. I feel this goes back to when he was brought up by his mum, who helped and supported him and was behind his success with the start of his singing career. And now he's married to Hailey. She encourages and inspires Justin, and it was Hailey who got him back on track for his comeback. He has gained a lot more confidence since he's been with Hailey, and although he does still suffer with anxiety, his health has improved lately, and Hailey is behind a lot of that. So then we have the Eight of Fire and the Magician. So hold these up for you to see. This relates to air travel and frequent trips for business. So I feel this is about Justin's tour. I think he's worried it might be a bit exhausting for him to keep up with all the concerts he has planned on doing. And as you can see, we have this Magician card as well, which means Justin has been taking swift action to move his plans forward with his tour, and he's been deciding which venues he wants to perform at to make his tour a success. He really wants it to be a success. This is also about Hailey and Justin's relationship. It's about them trying hard and working at their marriage. This also relates to Justin being very creative in his career at the moment, and Hailey is inspiring and encouraging Justin to apply his skills, and in that way they feel he can fully accomplish his new comeback. I do feel he wants to do things differently. He wants a change in his style of music and the way he sings now. He seems to be doing more rap some of the time, and he even dresses in a different style for his music videos. So I think he's adapting his music and songs to the mindset and maturity he's at right now. And this is simply because he's older now and wants to move away from his teenage crush boy image. Plus, financially, this is about Justin wanting to make his tour a success, because this will bring in more money, of course, and because most of the money that artists do receive is actually from their tours. So it's going to be good for his management team and his manager and everything. I also feel he's looking forward to performing again, and that he loves the close connection he gets with his fans. Now that's really important to Justin, I feel. He's missed that. I feel like Hailey is worried about Justin doing concerts because of his health, and I expect with the coronavirus, this is certainly making her think whether he should do it or not. So I wonder whether he will do what other artists have done, and he may cancel some. So we'll just have to wait and see. Because you've always got to take sensible precautions at the moment. And the next card we have in the reading is Transformation. So this means there's an opportunity for Justin and Hailey to renew their relationship and transform it, and this could well happen through a release. And what I mean is by cutting themselves a bit of slack, because when you let go, you find out what's left and you discover what's really yours, type of thing. Sometimes in a relationship, people feel they need to hold on tightly to those they love because they feel insecure or dependent on the relationship. Anyway, the problem with this is it could lead to tension and unhappiness for all involved, because holding on too tightly to people in relationships doesn't allow the relationship to breathe, grow or mature, because someone feels restricted in this relationship and someone's being a bit controlling, and these two do have their fair share of arguments, I'm getting. I mean, they do have long stretches as well where they get on well and they're caring and loving towards each other. They're an up and down couple. But they are at a stagnant and difficult time, and it's not serving either of them. I think if they would go to counselling about their marriage, they could sort this out and have that peaceful home life that they want. But they are keeping all this to themselves. It seems needless to do that. I mean, if you can't get along behind closed doors and it's been going on for quite a while, and you've got all the money that they've got, They could literally go to the best marriage guidance experts and get all of this drama sorted out and hopefully live a happy life together. Hailey and Justin do want this to work out, but I feel Hailey is in denial. She's allowing herself to have no needs in this relationship. I feel like in the future there's going to be talks between them about this, because there are things that Hailey wants to do herself. She's still young and wants to have some fun and adventure and excitement, and she likes to travel, whereas Justin is very homely and content to sit around at home and watch telly and things like that. But there is but that gets boring for Hailey. But still, there is a lot of chemistry and passion in the relationship between these two. So, but they do need to make some changes so that the arguments get less. But they, you know, they do have times where they're peaceful and get on well too. So, but they just want more of those times, you know. And this card is the Nine of Fire. So, and this this lady in this card looks like Hailey again, with the blonde hair. There she is. And she's looking down and she's looking a little bit sad. Again, someone is not sticking up for themselves in this relationship, and instead they are just listening to the opinions of their partner. Someone, I think, Hailey, here we are in the card, is putting in her best efforts with this relationship, and yet finds there are still issues to be dealt with. So the thing is, someone asked me if I see a divorce in 2020. No, I don't see a divorce in 2020. But they are trying to work at this regardless of what's going on behind closed doors. But I do feel this might be a good time for them to have a bit of space for each other, so they can have some time to relax separately and replenish themselves. Then once they have recharged, they would be more clear-headed with maybe ways of how to improve their situation together. Because even though they have had some challenges in their relationship, they are still standing by each other and trying to make their marriage work. I mean, you've got to give them a medal for that. So, well, that's the end of the reading. And I really hope it does all go well for them and works out for them, and they live happily. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. Bye for now, until next time.